Hey Libra, welcome back to Distilled Tarot. My name's Shannon. I'll be guiding you through today's reading. This is our daily reading for July 28th. Let's see what's going on with Libra. I want to say thank you to all of you who have been liking and commenting on these readings. Your participation is what keeps this channel going, so thank you. At the heart of your reading today, we have the High Priestess. This is your connection to spirit, to the divine, tapping into your intuition, not from a 3D mental space, but a very elevated, almost like I'm getting higher dimensional connection, and I'm forgetting the term for, it's not astral projection, but I've read about people who explore that and tap into like a higher dimensional awareness. That's what this feels like. You could be connecting with future versions of yourself or higher dimensional, I'm not just talking about your higher self. I kind of use that as a catch-all term that will resonate with people no matter how you sort of think about spirituality or the spirit realm. But just as an aside, like part of my belief system is that we actually are part of multiple spatial dimensions. And there's like this 3D reality where we have height, width, and depth. And those are the only parameters that make sense to us. We think all of existence is within this three-dimensional reality. Well, not all humans think that. There are a lot of scientists actively engaged in studying higher dimensions. I think more and more those who are spiritually inclined are tapping into this, the way that science and spirituality overlap, because it's all the elements of nature, an attempt to understand the things that we can't possibly fully grasp. So there's like a universal truth there that's shared by science and spirituality. And that's partly what I'm picking up on, this energy of whatever direction you're taking to come to this awareness, the end point feels like studying the quantum realm and multiple timelines and parallel realities in a sort of scientific way, but from a perspective of spirituality. All right. That was a big message for one card. What's the challenge here for Libra? The Ace of Pentacles. So Pentacles is the tangible physical reality, specifically in the 3D realm. So you may be wrestling with how do you connect this awareness of higher dimensions or tapping into this like marriage between science and spirituality in a way that actually creates a tangible effect for you here in the 3D. You know that you are in a human body, you're incarnated in the 3D reality, and you don't want to let go of that facet of yourself. It's a very, I think, rare and special opportunity to participate in this whole Earth School experiment, as it were. This is something that you're trying to harness and make real. To make tangible, I should say. Your focus is on the Ten of Wands, of completing something, completing a task, fulfilling an obligation, something that involves another person, with the Six of Pentacles here at the bottom of the deck. You want to meet someone else's needs, you've committed to it. In the recent past, we have the need for rest and reflection, potentially healing with the Four of Swords there. What is the crowning energy? King of Cups in reverse. There's someone who feels less than involved. And I guess it would be more accurate to say they feel excluded. They feel emotionally cut out. So I'm not sure whether this is you, or you're acknowledging how you are cutting someone else out emotionally. It feels like they can't... Oh, it feels rough. I think I'm tapping into their energy. It's almost like they are just dying inside, that they can't meet you in terms of what you're going through in life. It's not that they can't meet you on your level, but they feel a bit like that, like they're excluded from what you're going through and how you see the world, and it makes them feel a sense of separation from you. And I'm wondering whether this is someone who maybe was very good for you for a time, and they haven't done anything wrong, but you may have just outgrown them. And there's the beginning stages of a very difficult separation. I want to back out of that energy, because I might just burst into tears. It feels super heartbreaking, bordering on unfair. Could be because of the spiritual path that you're on. In the near future, we have the Four of Wands in reverse, which could be backing out of an engagement, canceling a wedding. If it's not that big of a deal, it's canceling or delaying of plans, or it could be completing a goal, because we're looking at completing some sort of an objective. I would expect to see it in the upright if you were reaching that benchmark. So the reversal feels more like... I don't know. I do think that you're completing an obligation, but there's no celebration, there's no event. It's not a momentous occasion. You're no longer even perceiving it as the sort of pinnacle of this effort that you, when you set out on this Ten of Wands course of action, you thought, well, once I get there, this is going to be it, and I'm going to make this my new foundation in life and build further upon this. But when you finally complete whatever obligation or sense of commitment that you have to this behavior or course of action, you're You're almost like fully walking away from it. You've created something, you've built something, and now it's not what you need anymore. Show me surprise energy, Page of Swords, Devil in reverse. This could be one of you saying to the other that there's no bad blood, there's no ill will. Like, don't worry, I'm not going to tell anyone your secrets. I'm not going to... You know how when you're in a close relationship with someone, they get to see like all your shadows and all the difficulties that you go through, and how common a tale it is when there's a breakup that a jilted partner will just unleash and share all the dirty laundry. If that's part of what you're concerned about, I actually don't see that as a concern. You feel like you've risen above whatever past version of you they might be aware of. But I am getting this sort of like, hey, like, I'm not going to spill your secrets. You don't have to worry about any toxicity from me, if this is in fact leading to a breakup. Otherwise, it could be clearing the air about a suspicion of wrongdoing or cheating. You thought someone was talking bad about you behind your back, or having an emotional affair with someone. This could be having the conversation where you discover there was no wrongdoing, there was no toxicity. Show me hopes and fears. What are we hopeful for? What are we afraid of? The Star in reverse is really hopeless. You're not feeling much hope at all. You're just busy with the practical things that you have to do right now. You feel too busy for dreaming and wishing and planning for the future. Sometimes with spirituality comes this vibe of being in like sublime, energetic, or universal flow, where you're fully giving over your will to the divine. In my awareness and experience, it's not healthy to remain a human and stay in that energy for a long, extended period of time. It can be very elevating to dip your toe in that water and connect to it, but it sort of brings us out of the human experience and more into this like the state of being that we were in before we decided to incarnate, which kind of negates the whole point of coming to Earth. So I suspect you might be letting go of your own like completely letting go of your own ego for a period of time. And like God's will be done, or universe, I give my life to you. Yeah, it's a total ending paired with a complete ego death, in like an enlightenment way, in the sort of like when they discover a mummified Buddhist monk who is still like has a faint heartbeat after 1,000 years. There's this, and I'm not predicting that for you, don't worry, but in the sense of like this sublime feeling of enlightenment and giving yourself over to the universe. It's almost like your life as you knew it is over. You're becoming something else. You're becoming a totally new version of yourself. But it's also the completion of whatever this obligation represents to you that you're currently focused on. It is really something that you've honed for a long, long time to get yourself to this state or this point with strength here. And Spirit's been working on you and with you and through you, helping you get to this point. Your advice is tend to the things that need attending, even if you feel like you're very, very busy in getting it all done. It's important that you cross all the T's and dot all of the I's now, because you're going to be in this state of waiting. And it's important that you're not too busy to be where you need to be for your story to move forward. Spirit has plans for you. Your life path has an important pivot point coming up, and you're right on track, you're right on time. It's important that you don't busy yourself with your own intentions, your own, and that sounds weird to say, or maybe I'm not expressing it very well. Hopefully the message is coming through and resonating. I mean, though, if this is your message, you're super tapped in, and I have no doubt that you're like receiving your own downloads and intuitive hits inside this reading and outside of it. But at least so that I do my job as well as I can, I want to try and articulate it well. This has a real sense of like, okay, Libra, you're going to take it on faith. You have to wait for the next step to arrive. And if you get interested in something and you divert your attention in another direction, that could send your life path in maybe another good direction, but it wouldn't be this thing that is seemingly lining up for you right now, this important life path pivot point. So I'm going to leave it there, Libra. I hope that helped. I'll be off tomorrow, so if you'd like to see me back on Wednesday, hit that subscription button and click the notification bell. Ready for more? Check out this playlist for your zodiac sign, or yesterday's video for an even deeper dive into your story. And if you're in need of more personal attention from yours truly, check out this link in the description box below to learn more about my personal readings, and consider becoming a channel member for access to exclusive members-only readings and live streams.